when your will matches its will, when your mind matches its mind, when your love for life matches its love for life, it begins to work in ways that are mysterious. Now, why is that important? Because the mysterious is the unknown, and the unknown is unexpected, and the unexpected should bring a surprise, and that surprise should be outside of my current beliefs. If it's happening, how could I expect the supernatural to happen if I'm expecting it to happen? It's impossible. But if I'm in the unknown and I'm open to possibility, then I should be able to create an unknown experience that I can't predict the emotion or the future event of how it's going to occur or when it's going to occur. It's not my job. And the side effect of that is this mysterious surprise that changes my biology from the new experience and then causes me to change my beliefs. And I've had enough of my own mystical moments. In the midst of that mystical experience, I have said in the midst of it, I have this all wrong. I have said it right in the midst of the experience. I am doing this so wrong because I was so programmed into this box of belief. But the only way the unexpected could happen is giving up expectation, which means you have to surrender that belief. How it's going to happen or when it's going to happen, I can't predict that. So then that same intelligence that's giving me life according to the quantum model of reality is the same intelligence that's creating supernovas and causing flowers to bloom. It's within us and all around us. It's a very wave of quantum physics. I can't control that. I can't expect how the particle is going to appear or when it's going to appear, but it's not my job. My job is to move into different states of being and be open to the mystery of how it's going to happen. So if I said to you today, Ben, that I had all the answers to everything, I would certainly be limiting this conversation. But I am open to the mystery of life. And the mystery of life then means that if we're asking certain questions and we even speculate that it's possible, then someone has to step out of their present beliefs to see if it is. And so I'm not interested in the natural. I'm not interested in the normal. I'm interested in the supernatural, the supernormal. And I believe, from my present state of ignorance, of course, if we're going to use the word belief, that you don't have to be a Buddhist monk. You don't have to be a nun with 40 years of devotion. You don't have to be a religious scholar. You don't have to be a researcher. You don't have to have a PhD to do this. That common people around the world can do the uncommon. And if they're given the right understanding and the environment is set up where they can begin the application of that. And I have looked at over 1,000 brain scans of people in meditation. And I can tell you that you and I are at our absolute best when we get beyond our analytical mind. When we get beyond ourselves. That's the moment that the brain gets so organized and so coherent. The front of the brain's talking to the back of the brain, the right side of the brain's talking to the left side of the brain. There's this synchronization, this psychic union going on.
Like a flow.
And the person has tears of joy rolling down their face. That gestalt moment, that transcendent event for the person is completely subjective. But my interest is measuring that subjective experience.
Sure.
And we're capturing amplitudes of energy in people's brains that are 26,000 to 40,000 times normal during that experience. Now, they can't make their brain do that. It's happening to them. And the inner event that's happening to them is more real than any past event. And that's the moment I know their belief is changing. And look, if we're measuring normal, we're going to get normal. I mean, for years, the idea that you couldn't grow new brain cells or couldn't change the brain in some way, that was a belief. And you know why? Because the scientist that was doing the experiment was studying rodents in an unchanging environment. How could there ever be any new connections or new circuitry or new brain cells if there's no new experiences? So I think in the age of information, in the age of technology, ignorance is a choice. And people are beginning to go, hey, I don't need my doctor to to tell me about this. I can get on the internet and read it. Hey, I'm going to read a book on quantum physics, and I'm going to ask the mysterious questions. I'm going to step outside of convention myself. So once you step outside of convention, you will be considered foolhardy or insane until you're able to produce some type of change. Then you're considered a saint, a holy man, a mystic, a genius. Dare to be original. So I think the camp is divided in a very big way. That's the reason why I'm doing all the measurements. Because I want people to understand that the person that healed themselves of that condition, that traumatic brain injury, I want to show you that their brain is better. They're not just saying I feel better. No, they are better. I want them to see that. Now, they didn't do that with a drug, and that I'm susceptible to germs and that I need a flu shot. I don't believe that. I just don't. And I've never had a flu shot, and I very rarely get sick, but that's my belief. But some people believe that they need the flu shot. But no, it's programmed for a lot of people to think if they don't get the flu shot, they're going to get sick. So you watch a television commercial, and television commercials are, pay attention. They're dreams. Pay attention. They're going to create some weird, dreamy state. There's going to be some emotion that's created. And the moment the emotion's created, there's going to be a brand or a symbol. That's called programming. And so people stare into a tube and they are in trance and their brain's in alpha and they're accepting all of this information, and they have a headache, and the first thing they do is they think of what's going to take their headache away based on what they've been exposed to. Now you would say that's free will. That's not free will. That's informed choice based on what you know. Free will is based on the unknown.